Hey everyone, Gooey here again. We're continuing our run of our chronological Nintendo 64 episodes, but once again this week we are taking it off from doing a bonus main feed episode because I'm out of town. So in the meantime, here is another episode of a great podcast that you should check out. This time it's from our friends over at Remember 64. McKenna and I had the fortune to be on there to discuss Tetrisphere, which, as you know, we love that game. And I believe they were both trying it out for the first time. And it was great to get to share that with them and their audience. And we hope that you will also go check them out and subscribe to them in your podcast feed as well. So, like I said, we are continuing along with our chronological journey next week. Enjoy the episode. Bye.
Hello, everyone. Just giving you a bit of a heads up of something new that I'm trying for Remember 64. Another way to hear from you, the listener and viewer of the show. voicecast.app/Remember64. Voicecast is a cool new thing that I found from a couple other creators that have been using them. This is a great way to send a audio message to the show. It's something that you can share about episodes, games, things you want us to cover, any of the games that we have upcoming or have, and you have some thoughts about what you experience playing the game. I always ask guests, and me and Jiggylookback always talk about it, but what do you think? Sure, social media is a way to do it, but this is a way to actually have your voice on the show. It is completely free. voicecast.app/Remember64. Just make it, anywhere between 30 seconds to 2 minutes, something like that at the most. It can be very brief, no problem. You can just say hi, you can just say bye, whatever you want. Voicecast.app/Remember64. Leave us a message. It's completely free. You can do it on your phone, you can do it on a browser, and you can find the link on social media as well and at the description of this episode on your podcast app of choice. All right, on with the show, everyone. Remember 64 is part of the SuperPod Podcast Network. Oh yeah. Check us out, SuperPod Network, on your podcast app of choice, and superpodnetwork.com, where you can find all our shows, blog posts, videos, and more.
A Calgary company is looking to hit it big with Nintendo. It's the only Canadian company to develop games for Nintendo, and they're available at a store shelf near you.
Cody and Aaron just can't get enough of Nintendo. So they're pretty pumped to be among the first to try the brand new game.
Holy cow. How's our website coming?
And this is where the new game was born, an office in a downtown high-rise.
These are our characters from the Tetrisphere game.
It's the first time Nintendo has hired a Canadian company to design one of these games. It could mean millions for this small Calgary company.
It's a very big deal. Nintendo is the world's largest video game manufacturer. So for a little startup company like ourselves that's been able to line up the world's biggest player, it is just a tremendous coup.
I don't know if you're going to win this time.
Welcome to Remember 64, where this week we break blocks in a whole new way. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show, and hi again for returning listeners and viewers, and welcome if this is your first time. Here on Remember 64, we play and discuss the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between throughout the Nintendo 64's library. My name, of course, is David Petrangelo, and I spin this game round, baby, right round. When I drop blocks, things will go down, down. That's right, I'm not going to sing that because that would hurt everybody's ears even more than my voice already does. Anyways, Jiggylookback with me again. How are you, sir?
Like, do we have to say that every time? Like, with you again? Like, yeah, I'm here. I'm here all the time.
Hey.
I'm always here.
Hey, life happens, man. Life happens. As everybody knows, life happens. I was gone for like 6-7 months. Hey, life happens.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Oh, yeah. Remember when I wasn't, when we weren't doing this for a bit, Jiggy?
There was a time there. I forgot. I felt like we've been doing this for like ever. Like once a week, every week since the beginning of time.
The beginning of art.
Yes.
Time, there's remember 64 time, and then there's the before time. That's pretty much it. Which is kind of like the pandemic, roughly. When that, anyways. How you doing, Jiggy? How's it going? How's things?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'll be honest. I had no idea what I was doing with this game, but that's okay.
Okay. All right. We'll get into it. Before we get into exactly what we're talking about, even though you probably saw it in the title as already, but this time we are joined by a couple of guests. This is very exciting. A unofficial sister, brother, cousin show. Flashback 64 is with us. We have both Gooey and McKenna here. Welcome to Remember 64.
Hello. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for having us.
I'll ask you guys as well. How's things? How you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. We are, to be honest, we're moving soon, so we're kind of just like we have that sort of like, at least I do. I have sort of that pre-moving anxiety where like everything's fine, but I'm just like, I'm the type of person that's like, what if everything goes wrong and it's horrible?
And it's you're kind of in limbo, like it's sort of a weird state to be in, kind of thing. Yeah, I hear you.
We're packing stuff up, but I'm leaving out the N64 and the CRT because I'm like, we got business to take care of.
You got some Tetris to play.
What a great game to play as you're packing up stuff.
Actually,
it's perfect.
Yeah.
You get some practice in.
Yeah, we are.
It really is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good little pick up and play kind of thing. I think you can do that with a lot of the styles of games here, but. Yeah, like I said, you may have seen it, or if you're watching, you have the little title beside us right here. We are playing and talking about Tetrisphere this week. Tetrisphere is a new 3D version of Tetris-ish. We'll get into all the details of that. But before we do, really quickly, let's talk a little bit about Flashback 64. If anyone has not heard or found you guys out there, we're sort of covering similar things, but you guys do it in a lot different way. It's not, we're just going through titles, but you guys do a lot of in between sort of types of episodes and a lot of great guests and stuff. Let's chat a little bit about that.
Yeah. First of all, thank you again for having us on, and thank you for accepting us, because when we started, I did the thing where I was like, I Googled like, okay, there's nothing called Flashback, like. I guess there's like Atari Flashback 64 thing, but I was like, okay, we're not. And then like right after we launched, I discovered your podcast, and it was like, we're similarly named, similar topics. And I was like, oh no, I hope I'm not cramping this guy's style.
What have we done?
But you basically were like instantly really nice to us, and it's been really cool to know you. So I just wanted to say thank you. I'm glad I could publicly on the record. Thank you.
Happy to be able to be chatting and stuff. No need to thank me. It's just good times. That's it. Just good times.
Oh no, we're gonna.
He's Canadian.
No. I'm Canadian. I'm just. What can I say?
Well, those guys are getting serious now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. In the last couple months, we've turned the page. Yeah.
But yeah, we cover similar things. So yeah, we cover the Nintendo 64 library as well. We do a new like main episode once a month, mainly because we have like day jobs and stuff, and so we don't want to overwhelm our stuff, and we want to take our time with the game. So we're like one a month, but we do find there are times where we have more time. And so in the intervening weeks, we still, podcast and stuff, and we try to, touch upon other things from the time period. We're traveling chronologically through the library. So we're like, what else was going on in 1996? We're in 1997 right now. So we talk about what are some things we've done? Movies,
shows, games on other consoles.
Yeah, and we also will take the opportunity, like we've done episodes on older Mario games and Kirby and stuff. We're kind of filling in, some of the the backstory of these.
I was just gonna. The backstory is the first word that came to mind too when you're about to say that. Yeah, the backstory. Yep. It like that time of gaming and media and stuff is right in the heart of a lot of people in our generation. Grew up in the late 90s and early 2000s of it being like that's like seminal years of all that. So filling in those gaps and that backstory, like you said, is fun. I mean, like it's just cool to be going that far back and kind of comparing notes and things with what's on the 64 and what's not. Like it's all related, I find.
Yeah, we're trying to do that too. Like play some of the PlayStation games that we've covered Tomb Raider and we're trying to hit on like stuff like that too, because I think we both grew up like as like Nintendo kids, and so we're just trying to like fill in the blind spots and explore the wider culture and stuff.
Nice. And do you guys have, I mean, are you like me where your story of getting an N64 as a kid or when you're a little bit older is not very exciting, or do you guys have like a story? How'd you guys get into it? Or was it when you were a kid? Was it later? Because everyone's got a different way of getting their console regardless of which one it is.
For me, I got it. I got it when I was like 6 or 7. And I have gaming memories before that. Like I had an NES, and then I was so young that it was like that wasn't enough, like Super Mario Brothers 1 was like the perfect game. And then, but I don't remember like exactly, it was probably a Christmas gift or something like that. But I don't have that like, oh, I waited all night for Santa and that came down and I, screaming N64 kid. I just, it just like became part of my life.
Yeah.
It just happened. And I think McKenna's a little bit younger, so I feel like it was kind of one where you grew up.
Yeah, we had one. We got it before I started having memories. So
yeah.
I remember having it, but I don't remember getting it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't play a ton on it as a kid. So I was like, 5 years old.
Hard to wrap your head around.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, hard to wrap your head around some of the games because it's just you just kind of
anything more complex than Mario Kart. Like I think I was just running around in the game.
Yeah, I think that was probably me with. I mean, for me, it would be probably the Super Nintendo with that sort of thing. Like I got it, and I have a story of how I got the Super Nintendo. It was like a whole thing, but like. Did I have more than a couple games for the first couple years that I knew what I was doing? Probably not. That's, and that's fine. And I still have it. It's in the other room beside me and it still works. It's the original one from, I think I got it in 94 or 93. So like,
no, that's amazing.
Yeah. And it's still running. I have one working controller. Not the second one decided to not work for some reason, or maybe it was the first.
No.
I don't know. Well, it's okay. I'll find another. I also have the mini one, so it's fine. I'll survive.
There you go.
Where's the mini 64? That's what everyone wants to know, right? That would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. Okay, so we're gonna talk some. What? Yeah.
I want to ask because I'm dying to know.
Okay.
What are your favorite? Each of you. What's your favorite N64 game?
There we go.
Oh well. Okay. The way we know each other, we're married, first of all, I'll say. But the way we met was through, we were also both contributors to the Zelda fan site, zeldadungeon.net. And
okay.
So we met through that, and we're both massive Zelda fans. So
nice.
For starters, I don't know. Well, what's your answer?
I'll say right now, we still have a Zelda game we haven't covered yet. We still just saying.
Interesting.
Anyways.
I had a feeling you were gonna say Zelda because I saw the edge of the poster behind you.
Oh yeah.
Like I just see Ganon looking at me.
I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, wow.
It's hard to choose between Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely.
No, it ain't.
Hey, yeah, that's right.
I definitely play Ocarina more,
right.
Just because Majora's Mask gives me more anxiety playing.
Yeah, I like Majora's Mask for it fluctuates obviously, but like Majora's Mask is like one of my favorite games of all time. But I feel like Ocarina of Time is like a little bit easier to just kind of like go back and
explore.
Like, yeah, you don't have to like do time management and stuff like that. But I do think Majora's Mask is better, if that makes sense. One's more like of a chill game, and one's more of like an experience. Like I got to be in the right mood to play it.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I said when we covered Majora's Mask, I was like, I played that on the Switch Online when I had it at that time, and because of all the time management and stuff, and because life's just busy and all that kind of shit that comes along with it, like without the save states, I think I would have like torn some of my hair out, because it was just like just like the time management part. I'm just like, I can't, and I had very little experience playing it before that. I thought it was great. I loved it, but the modern way of playing it, I think, gave it a little extra bump in my mind, but it's still a fantastic game. So fair enough. Yeah, I mean, hey, can't go wrong with two very, very, very good Zelda games. Of course.
Yeah. Big fan.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we're going to talk Tetrisphere in just a second. I just want to let everybody know that, of course, you can support the show at patreon.com/remember64show. Jiggy's pointing and giving me a thumbs up because I remembered. For as little as just $1 a month, you can support the show. You can get episodes early. You can get pre-show chats. You can get some posts that I put up early as well. Be involved with polls, all this kind of fun stuff that I'm going to throw up. I just keep sort of going through new ideas and trying to add more and more things in there for everybody to enjoy. You can also join for free if you want to. Free, there are posts that go up every once in a while as well, and also free polls, and gives you a notification of when things are posted as well. And if you want to join after being free for as many months as you want to, I often throw up a couple of like promotions that come up on Patreon as well, which lets you pick a tier for 50% off for the first month that you join as well. So those types of things are all part of the process as well. You can find us across all your podcast platforms, of course, and on YouTube, Remember 64 as well. Jiggy, what do people do on YouTube? I don't really know what the cool kids do to sort of say like, follow this, do that. What was that? How's that work? Mr. YouTube himself over here.
The cool kids like the videos.
Gotcha.
The cooler kids subscribe to the videos, and the coolest kids do the notification bell, so they always get the updates.
There you go.
And the even cooler kids go harass Dave when he's streaming on the Remember 64 channel.
Yes. I have some plans to do that a little bit more. I know it's very inconsistent timing, so just try to get those notifications like Jiggy said. I think that's a really good way to do it. If you subscribe to the page, it'll give you a heads up when I'm going live. And then on social media, pretty much Instagram and Blue Sky at this point, and that's probably it right now. And I'll just say like, hey, if you're around in 6 hours, hey, if you're around in 24 hours, I'll be streaming. And it's usually a little bit of time playing a random game in my backlog, or it's going to be an upcoming episode and doing some of my quote unquote homework. So that's usually the plan here and there, but just keep an eye out. Always fun to have more people join and just sort of shoot the shit while I play some games. Okay, let's finally get to the game, everybody. Let's get to it. I want to try and get to the beginning of this so we can hear. Tell me if you guys can hear this. I want to listen to the opening of this game because this music is banging.
It's fire. Oh yeah.
It's a vibe.
It's the
right? Like,
yeah, there it is. It lets you know this is gonna be intense.
This isn't your dad's Tetris. That's what it's telling me. Or I don't know. I was going to say grandfather's, but that makes this seem younger than we probably are.
So, just when you thought it would slow down? No.
All right.
Yeah.
That's the awesome music. Tetrisphere has a pretty sick soundtrack, just so everybody knows. And it goes nonstop. It is constantly playing as you play this game. Jiggy, I'm going to start with you. One, had you played this game before? And two, what'd you think about it? And what was the experience like this time?
Nope, never played this game. Never played this game growing up. I saw it I would never be interested in this game growing up. This is one of those that I would instantly look at and be like, no, not for me.
Are you have you ever been, or are you a Tetris person?
I was never a Tetris person.
Okay.
I don't know why. Because I actually like Dr. Mario. And what's the other one that like there's a billion games of it, the different versions that I've played, like Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine is one of my favorite games.
Puyo Puyo.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, those I've never played. It's weirdly enough. Yeah.
Like Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
I know you've mentioned that before. Yeah, you've
I
said
don't know
it was
why.
Great. Yeah.
I don't really like Tetris is fine to me. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine though, I can get behind that. But yeah, playing this game, I had fun going in and kind of clicking through all the different modes. Rescue, puzzle. Puzzle was really interesting, actually. I think I could get behind the puzzle mode more than anything else, to be honest with you. I liked all the little robots. I thought that was cool. Trippy backdrops. It's a pretty simple game at its core, but like I will be honest, like I think I teased at the beginning. I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I did figure it out. Like full disclosure, I did figure it out, but it did take me a minute because you have to. That's a shame.
I was really hoping you're gonna be like, guys, I still have no idea what I'm doing.
No, I did figure it out, but it definitely was more complicated. Like it took me a while of trial and error of going through, realizing, oh, hey, those purple circular blocks I can break by sliding. I did not do any training though, because that's me as a kid. If I can't get into this game and play it within 20 minutes, I'm not gonna do it.
I'm out.
I try to embody me as a kid. I always want to play RPGs. Like this is just a side tangent. I always want to play RPGs, but I get overwhelmed with how many dialogue boxes pop up, like explaining everything about the game to you. And it's very rare that I can find an RPG that doesn't do that.
Yeah.
It's a turn off to me. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I just want to play the game.
You know what does a good job of that is Sea of Stars is pretty good. It's not
Stars.
Yeah, it's not an insanely deep game, but like for an RPG that's, trying to kind of emulate what it was in like the mid 90s or so for the 2D RPG. It's got a great story, it's a good game, but like it doesn't take 3 hours to get going. Like you're off to the races pretty quickly, and it doesn't overwhelm you, kind of, or at least that's what it was like for me, anyways.
Yeah. What was I talking about? Tetrisphere.
I don't know. What Tetris?
It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
Tetris. I had to look up though. I was like, is this actually like Tetris? Like you know what I mean, like the brand Tetris, or was this like somebody made a game and then called it Tetrisphere? But apparently it is.
This is a real deal. Yeah,
this is the real deal.
Yeah, I pulled up a couple notes about it too, about how they kind of got here and what they did, but I'll get to that in a second. All right, Gooey McKenna. When we were sort of chatting about a game to cover, I think I said to you when we were sort of getting things going, I was like, I kind of like, the guests kind of bring what they want to play. I'm happy to play stuff, especially Jiggy knows this, especially if it's a game that I've never played before. I'm even more willing to be like, hell yeah, let's do it. And then you said Tetrisphere. So for both of you, why this game? I mean, like Tetris is like, to me, Tetris is like almost like this perfect puzzle game that is like ageless, but
it is. Yeah.
I feel like that's maybe not, and it's not crazy to say, but like why this game? Why specifically this game?
The actual reason was, like, I was looking at like all the games you covered, and I also wanted to, just because I have the same sort of thing with our show, is like getting people who want to talk about like the games that aren't Banjo-Kazooie, Perfect Dark, Ocarina of Time, So I was like, okay, maybe I want to help Dave out and like maybe pick one that's like not the most immediate one.
Yep.
So I was looking at our games we've covered and like what are our favorites, and like weighed that versus like, well, how popular is it? So I was like, this was like our favorite game that we've covered that's not like one of the classic ones people talk about.
Yeah, like the typical choice sort of thing.
Yeah. So but we do, like, that being said, like we've covered like 30 something games, and this is probably in like our top 10.
Nice.
But like I said, we haven't played like even some of the classics. So, but I mean, yeah, we both like love this game, but we hadn't played it until we covered it on the show.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the first time you played it?
That was I said this. So on our show, I told the story. I witnessed it once. I have a very vague memory of my band. I have some regrets about this. My band, I used to play music. I don't really do that so much anymore, but my band was on tour, and it was one of those situations where we played at some college, and we got a place to stay with someone who ran the show, and it was like at their apartment, and there was like random people hanging out there, and it was kind of weird. And they were playing both Robotron 64.
And that's been brought up so much recently on this show.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's so funny.
We've been playing that actually too. We're prepping for that. But they were also playing this, and there's a connection. I guess they both have like these really trippy vibes, and these guys were smoking. Like they were partying. They were out of their minds. And I have regrets about it because we were kind of like, we came here to like sleep. Like we were like a lame band, you know. We were like, I kind of want to go to bed, you know. And these guys are like partying too hard.
Partying with Tetris. Like what the hell?
So I didn't play it. I was just like, screw this game, this stupid game or whatever. But then we picked it up for the show, and we loved it. Well, what was your we were just refreshing, what was your
I just played it for like an hour right before. It's Tetris on a sphere. It's super vibey. It's one of the more unique games we've played up to this point. We're about a little over a year into the Nintendo 64's life. So it's it's definitely a standout. It sets itself apart, even though it's drawing from another game.
Like the most classic game you could probably think of, almost.
It's like Tetris's weird cousin.
Yes.
That's true.
Definitely to what you said, like Tetris, we both love Tetris as well. And it's like it is this perfect game. And this game, obviously, I don't know if I would say it holds a candle to Tetris at all, but I feel like it's distinct enough. You know what I mean? That it's like I almost don't need to compare them, but I guess I can, because it gives me, we were talking about like playing it like right now when we're like moving and stuff. It is a really good like de-stressor kind of game for me. Like I get a similar Tetris-y feeling where it's like at some points you kind of like just get into the zone, like the Tetris zone, or in this case the Tetrisphere, and you kind of just
the zone can be a sphere. It doesn't have to be, it can be whatever shape it wants, really. Like
exactly, yeah.
I don't know that this was a game that I would have like said like, nah, I'm not interested kind of thing, but I just wasn't playing games like this at that time. Like I'm pretty sure I got my 64 for my birthday in 97. So it was around spring of 97 was probably when I got it. So that's like just before this game came out, and I just got the typical stuff, which, most people do. I usually grew up with the typical games that you would think of for the 64. But the older I get, or the more sophisticated, I like to say, I get, different types of puzzle games or different types of iterations of other series or franchises or something. I love that stuff. And that's what this is, right? I had a great time. I played this way more than I thought I was going to. Like, and you just said, like, there's a zone that you get into. And I don't think it's the music. I mean, I like it. I don't think it's the music. I don't think it's the trippy backgrounds. Maybe it's contributing. It's like a subconscious thing.
It
like,
helps.
It probably helps. Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know if you guys have anyone's played Balatro in the last year. Only a select few people have not, I think, at this point. But that has a similar like funky music and backgrounds, and like why you're just like kind of playing cards in a way. But I think it adds to the experience, and this is kind of has that vibe as well. It was great. I played this almost exclusively on my Steam Deck, so it was just the opportunity I had during the last couple weeks of it. So I was actually playing this a lot on the train back and forth to work, and that 45 minutes on the train just flew right by. It was great. So I did that for like multiple days, like over, like to and from. I'm like, all right, I'm playing Tetris. All right, I'm playing Tetris. Like that was just what I did, and I. One of the things that kept me going, and like this isn't really, the game itself didn't necessarily do this, but I'm not really like an achievement hunter person or trophy hunter guy. I've never really been like that person, but I have, and I've talked about this before. I signed up for Retro Achievements, which is basically a community that gets together and creates achievements for retro games.
Oh.
And you attach it to your ROMs and like your retro arch and things like that, and that's what this plays off of on your Steam Deck. So there's a whole bunch of achievements attached to this, being like, oh, you don't, quote unquote, die at all when you do 10 levels in a row of stage 1, of stage 2, of stage. So it kind of kept me going more and more, and like I wanted to finish those 10 stages in a run, as opposed to, oh, I'm just gonna play one and put it down. Like I was like focused and like I gotta get this shit done. So like it was fun. It was a cool way to experience a game that I never played before. I personally don't know if it's Tetris. I think the shapes are just Tetris.
Some of them are like, I don't know. They had to make it work for this game, so they're like, we got to create some new shapes here.
Yeah, like I get it. You're stacking and getting rid of things, and that sort of verticality that Tetris has, that necessary verticality. Like it's there, but I don't know. Tetris to me just doesn't. It's you have to see things fall, and I don't know. It's still Tetris. I get it, but it doesn't quite feel like that's why when you guys were talking about it and saying like, oh, this is like their weird cousin. That's what it feels like. It's exactly what it feels like. Because it's the personality of it is there, the ideas of it are there, but I suck at like original Tetris. Like I'm just bad at it. I like it. I think it's genius, but man, you get me to like, I don't know, the double digit levels or something on like the original one. Pfft, that's it. I'm screwed. I'm losing for sure. Like I don't know what it is. Like I know what I need to do. I know how to do it. I just can't execute. In this game, I can fucking execute, and it was fun because I think it was actually good.
It is not as demanding. Yeah,
maybe that's what it is. Like, yeah.
There's a couple weird strategies. Like we had a similar thing when we first started playing, where like, especially there's like puzzle mode.
Yeah, so there's multiple modes as well. Yeah.
And there's certain puzzles that require you to do like very specific strategic techniques that are a bit more complicated. Not too much once you actually learn them, but unless you do the training mode or like read the manual, even the manual doesn't fully cover that stuff.
No, they do like a little explanation at the beginning of some of the modes that tell you like, oh, do this. And mostly it's clear, but sometimes I was like, wait, what do you mean? Like, I don't, that doesn't quite make sense to me. But I think that part of the game is interesting though. I like how it's not just here's a sphere, try and clear the blocks, and that's it. Like at least they're trying to do something with it. I appreciated that. So, what was both of you mentioned the puzzle mode? Is that the one where it's
like it'll give you like a challenge. It'll pop like three blocks up, and you want to get rid of them, and you have to figure out within a certain amount of moves. It'll tell you like, oh, you have 2 slides and a drop.
Right.
You got to figure out how to get rid of all 3 pieces within those parameters. I like that.
It's very
creative.
I
really like that. It's giving me a vibe of. Have you ever played the game Echo Chrome?
No.
It's like a very cool perspective. Like you'll get like a scene with like a little guy walking right up like a ramp or something, and you would like shift your perspective, and then you could make the ramp like connect to another block that's like out of range. It's a very interesting concept of the game.
I see.
Go look up Echochrome. I love that game. But the puzzle, like that puzzle mode, like that's the same kind of feel I get. I'm like, I just love being creative and like solving these in a, within parameters. I like the normal
moves.
Yeah,
you have to do it
like the
within,
normal single player mode. I wasn't like huge on. I was like, okay, this is. I mean, it's the base game, right?
Yeah.
I could see that if you were playing multiplayer and like going against each other or something, like that would be a lot more fun.
Which is essentially
but I
like the hide and seek one is kind of like the base mode where it's like you just have to the first person if you did it in versus or if you're playing single player, you just have to clear enough space to get to the center of it, and then like one of the little sphere
like
buddies. It's pretty good. I mean that's fine, but it's kind of interesting that even that is like the base. Like that's already different from Tetris in itself, which is kind of cool. I don't know. I found it anyway.
Most of the modes too, other than puzzle, are like built around doing. It's just kind of doing that, getting to the center.
Yeah.
But they just come up with a different. Like, there's the one mode where they're like, "Oh, you have to find the picture," but it's like really just get to the center. But I appreciate them trying to like do different things with it, even if it's kind of similar.
Yeah,
use the drills and get to the bottom.
The drill thing, yeah. The one I played the most that like I said, it was playing, kept going, wanted to get 10 at a time. Or there was one where I had to do 30 stages in a row without failing, and I managed to do that. Yeah. I kept playing this game. I don't know what the hell was wrong with me. I kept playing this game.
Nothing's wrong with you.
I mean, it's a good game. I think it's genuinely a good
game. The one I kept coming back to was the one that gave you a different one every time. Or potentially it was 2 in a row that you'd get the same, but like you do the rescue one, and then you do the block one, and then you do the tower one. Or whatever. So like that's the one that kind of kept me, because at least like by that point I knew what all the stages were, but at least I was doing something different technically every few minutes. So at least it was a little bit more interesting that way. It kind of refreshed it. But you're right, it does you are kind of doing the same thing every time. Like it's just slight change.
I love finding out like everyone's favorite mode to play. I think that's interesting. Like we've got puzzle mode. You mentioned what was that called? Hide and seek or
hide and seek is like the basic one. The one if anyone's watching the video, it's the one that we're seeing right now. That was the thing that I'm talking about. The mode that I played takes you through 10 stages in a row, where I got to the one where it was 30 in a row. Hide and seek was just one of the several ones that it did. It actually it did pretty much every mode that is in the game except for puzzle. That's what it did.
Oh, okay.
Because that's like completely different than what the rest of it is. But yeah,
I went through like the main mode because it like would give you little cutscenes, so I wanted to see those.
Yeah.
And then on our show, our pal Jay was on the show, and he's in a lot of different games, but he's like a fighting game sort of guy. So he focused a lot on the versus mode, and he was dropping a bunch of stuff he learned about like strategies you would do to succeed, like playing against the computer or other players and stuff. So I love to this game's credit, there is sort of like it can suit a couple different like types of gamer. What was your mode?
I think it just depended on my mood or like with the main mode. Before when I was playing, I had TV on, the Star Trek on, and I could just play it while kind of half paying attention to each one.
It's a good zone out game.
But that's good. Games, there's a place for those types of games. I agree, absolutely.
Yeah, but if I want to just like think, then the puzzle mode I really like. Plus that helps you like learn how to play.
Yeah, I really.
That's true. For sure. That's true. It's funny. All three of you have mentioned the puzzle mode. Those types of modes just don't work for me, in general. Not just in this game specifically. I want to be able to sort of create the combinations. Like I find it very rewarding in this game, where it's not even just like, because one of the sort of mechanics of it is if you connect a bunch of blocks together, and I think it's 20 is the minimum. Maybe it's like 10 or 15. I think it's 20. If you clear 20 blocks, regardless, like whatever shape you've connected, you get an item that you can use, like a bomb or a magnet or something that clears even more space for you, and then you can kind of go from there. Regardless of how many I cleared, I love like, okay, here's like the stage starts. Here's 3 connected to each other. Oh, I'm going to turn that 3 into 30, and I kind of, it's really satisfying. And the game has a couple of like audio cues that kind of tell you like these little like swish noises and things like that are just like, oh, you've cleared, you've gotten to the bottom, or you've cleared a significant spot or something. And I'm just like, ooh, it's just enough to be said. Like, it's really good sound and game design. And like, I don't know, those little things are why I just kept playing this fucking game, man. Like, I don't know. And the puzzle one is very interesting. Like, I understand why, for the three of you and for any puzzle game that has that mode or that type of mode in it, why it works and why it's fun. They just have never been ones that I want to keep going back to, because I actually find those to be the most stressful, which is maybe why I stay away.
I kind of am with you there. Like, I like puzzle games and I like the puzzle mode and everything, but it's similar to what I was saying, like when we were talking about Majora's Mask, where it's like, I kind of got to be in the mood to do that, to like, because you kind of do have to sit there and like just look at it and think, and I think I get such a like dopamine rush out of just like playing the normal mode that that's sort of like the comfort food for it, so I got to be in the right mindset to do that puzzle mode, because it does hurt your brain a little bit sometimes.
I have to think enough at work and at life. I don't know if I need to.
Like, it reminds me of like mobile games I would play. I would get like the wood blocks or whatever and like swipe through it. Yeah, I get the same feeling. I like those type of games though. Those are the games that I would just play. Like, if I had this on a Steam Deck, I feel like I would actually like this game more than actually sitting down and playing it on 64.
It is
having a handheld option would be cool.
Yeah, it is. It's a very, like I said, like I think pretty much all four of us have kind of said, is that you can pick up and play this. Like, you don't have to go and sit here and play this for several hours. It doesn't need to be that kind of game. I don't think Tetris really is anyways, or at least not anymore. Maybe at the time, because it was so, revolutionary and whatever. But like, when I was playing it, I was stuck on the train for 45 minutes. So yeah, I'm going to play it for as long as I possibly can and then run to the door so I don't miss my stop. But, like it was great for that. It was great to say like, hey, I'm just going to play something that is, McKenna, you mentioned sort of, watching Star Trek at the same time. In a way, I was kind of on the train mindless, like I was just sort of sitting there going, I'm just going to do this thing and I'm just going to get this right over with. I just want to get home, and then it just, it flew by because I was having a good time with it. And I think if Jiggy, you mentioned, mobile games, for example, is like, could be sort of like a little bit of a dirty word in some ways, but I think this would work really well as that. Maybe not, I don't know if touchscreen would work or whatever, but like,
it needs a Game Boy port. That's what it needs.
That would be cool.
Ooh,
it's almost like it was made for it.
Yeah. Actually, that would it would work. Yeah.
Or could they?
It's almost like the original was made for it, right? Yeah.
Hey, imagine if it came to NSO. Like, that would be pretty sick.
That would be
you
cool.
Could do verses against your pals.
Yeah,
we would go crazy on that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I would think it was so good until they played someone else. Like, that's the problem with that.
And you're like, oh no.
That's my issue with something like this. I'm good at this game. I'm actually good compared to the original. Nope, I suck. No. It's usually how it works.
I have gotten some friends recently to play it. Like, we've had friends visit. Like, friend Ramona visited, and then our friends Rand and Cal visited, and most recently, I like, to both times our friends came, I was like, here, let's play this together. We're going on a podcast about it. Like, I want to play some more verses with people.
Nice.
And Cal specifically, we played a couple rounds, and I was like, cool, yeah, that was cool. And then whatever, we had lunch or something, and he was like, yeah, so can we put Tetrisphere? Can we play some more Tetrisphere? Yes. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's great.
So this is like the games somebody walks in your house, and you're like, Tetrisphere?
Yeah.
I think really, sure? I do want to kind of convince anyone who comes over, to try it at least.
I think it's kind of cool, because what's interesting is if you say like, hey, let's play Tetris together. It's like, it's not this, but it's almost like saying, well, let's play solitaire together. Like, what do you mean? Like, that's not solitaire is like literally a solitary experience. That's part of what that game is. You're playing cards solo. Tetris, I think the average person would be like, well, that's just, a solo game on your handheld Game Boy, whatever it is that you had your experience with. This has more, it's deeper than that. It's got more to it. They're trying to do more. and I think largely they succeed. You know, I had a I had a good time with it.
In terms of it, we were talking about it being Tetris. Like some of the follow-ups to Tetris that even Alexei Pajitnov like designed himself are quite like wild departures.
Yes.
You know, like even the Tetris series itself, even Tetris 2 was kind of a wild.
I was just gonna say, I was just looking that up because I have that for Game Boy. That was like that's the Tetris that I had because that was just the time that I got my Game Boy was when that came out.
Yeah,
I didn't know the difference. To me, it was like, oh, that's Tetris at the time when I was younger, right? So I have the cartridge here somewhere. It is different because it's almost like aren't there like other weird blocks that you have to clear or something? There's like an added.
Yeah, there's weird shapes. Yeah, it's not your typical. They added new shapes. It's very weird. But even Pajitnov himself attempted a 3D Tetris, and if anyone has Tetris Forever, you can go in there and experience a lot of these old Tetris games. But Weltris, I think that was that was the first attempt at a 3D Tetris, and I would say that this game, I think, it's like, I think maybe the best attempt at making a 3D Tetris-like game. And Weltris is an interesting game, but I don't think it's like...
I think it's harder to wrap your head around.
Yeah.
Because like Tetris is just like, you can play it immediately. Like there's you're not doing like a ton of mental gymnastics to figure it out.
Yeah, that's the charm of Tetris.
Speak for yourself. Speak for
Oh, yeah, I just go as fast as possible. Just go, and just hope my brain can figure it out as it goes.
Spin it right and left? What the heck?
Yeah. Oh, so that's another thing too, like, you know, talking about sort of how this could be like the most successful sort of spin-off almost of Tetris is, you know, they do different things. You can shift the blocks around and the shapes around, and the only thing is, unless I missed something, and I didn't look at the manual, I just sort of played it and stuff, you can't flip any of them, right? Like they're in fixed positions. No. Yeah. So that's
why there's got to be L this way or line this way, line this way. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. You know, there's a handful of shapes. I think these are all the basic ones. I don't think that there's any like added funky ones or whatever. I think these ones are
there's like the randomizer one. I got a little frustrated with that one sometimes.
Oh,
I would always just
a wild card. Yeah.
Yeah, it would just like cycle through all the different shapes.
Oh, no, but you know what that is? That's the one that gives you whatever shape you want. So you just click on whatever shape.
Yeah, but you gotta wait.
No, you don't. I thought you did too. You don't have to.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, yeah, you don't have to wait.
It's just a little circle, right? Like the reticle, instead of the reticle being the shape of the actual block itself, it's just a circle and then it cycles in the bottom left corner. You can, unless I was just being lucky every single time I did it.
I think what could screw you up is that it doesn't like do the highlight thing.
That's right.
Where you're like, oh, it's safe to drop here. Yeah. And so you can only go off of the audio cue, which is not ideal. Or just like you can maybe tell that there's a group, but I've when watching my friends like play it for the first time, like that was a thing that I could tell, like, okay, this isn't like they could have done a little bit more to like make it clear how this works to people, like maybe highlight the blocks or, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I thought it was the exact same thing, Jiggy. When I was playing it the first couple times, I was like, oh, I have to like, this is like all of a sudden I'm doing like a timing based like skill thing here. This is weird.
Right. Right.
But no, it basically is like a wild card. You can kind of just put it on whatever shape you want.
Now I want to go back because I swear I just sat there and waited for the shape I needed, and then
which isn't as fun, especially because you are kind of on a timer with every stage.
Yeah, I want to go fast. Gotta go fast.
Yeah,
gotta go fast.
Must go faster.
It's like, yeah.
When it does start to get close to the screen, it's like,
oh my gosh, it's
panic mode.
Yeah, Panic's like, no, stop going closer. No, I got this. I swear I got this. Yeah.
Oh man.
So that's the thing is there's no like actual, I mean, there is technically a clock. There's like a stopwatch almost in the bottom right corner. And, you know,
It looks like one of those chocolate
Oranges?
like little. No, not the chocolate oranges.
Those open more.
I think they were at Disney. They had like little candies inside. They're not Kinder Joys. They're not the eggs, but they're like little chocolate balls.
Oh.
It looks exactly like that. And they would split open like this, and they'd have like
a
little
pocket watch to me.
Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah, it's a little
it does look like a
pocket
watch.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. So that sort of counts down, but there's no actual numbers. There's like some audio cues and stuff to tell you. And then, like you just said, the anxiety of the camera zooming in, the closer it gets, it's like, it's such a kick in the pants too, because it's like, you can see less. So I'm like, well, I'm getting less done now. No, stop getting close. So as the timer starts going down and down, if you don't do enough combinations, the timer hits a certain point where you just need to get something done. Otherwise it's, your game over, or you lose like one of your 3 hearts. You have 3 lives, which is also something that's different.
Yeah. I can see, like, I feel like with all the ways it's not like Tetris, I feel like I can understand the logic behind it.
Right.
Because I feel like when I look at Weltris, I'm like, okay, they tried to keep it too close, and it that's what doesn't work. And I can see why they're like, okay, we can't. The main problem is you can't really see like the stack of blocks, so they had to make it less reliant on like filling up the blocks, so I can see why it's like almost reverse Tetris, where you're like digging your way down,
Mm-hmm.
So I think the lives, I get what they're going for there.
Yeah, it's a little bit more like forgiving in a way, especially early on, like when you're trying to figure it out, you're like, oh, I screwed something up, or I'm just trying to get my bearings here and stuff. But like those later stages that I was playing when I was going for like those longer runs and stuff, you gotta clip some stacks together, like, and you can't just do like 3. The camera starts zooming in on you. I'm just screaming to myself on the train, like, stop. Or maybe I did it out loud. I had my headphones on. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised.
Some guys on the train yelling about Tetrisphere.
Yeah, he's like there's like a guy behind me. He's like, no, to the left. No, shift that one.
Someone who understands what's going on,
because automatically knows. Funny. Like he's just the one diehard Tetrisphere guy, just happens to be on the train at the exact same time. Yeah,
because I'm always, whenever I'm playing this, our roommate will come out sometimes and see me playing, and he'll say like, I've been like seeing you play this game for like a year now, and I have no idea like what's going on.
You're doing.
Which is how I felt when I saw those stoners in Oklahoma or whatever. I was like, I can't even. I think you have to be on something to understand this game.
You didn't know it till now, but you are now one of those stoners. That's what.
Well, I do know. Unfortunately, I have become.
You have become.
It's embarrassing. Yeah.
You know what though? It's fun to get sunk into a game that's a little bit different as well. I think like there's something to that, where it's not like this giant RPG that eats up a bunch of your hours and stuff. Like I already said it a couple times. I'm surprised that I was playing it so much as I, constantly for a couple weeks. And it really there's something about certain puzzle games or just even sometimes just basic single player games that are newer and stuff where this just got to me at the right time. It just sort of hit at the right time. It's got like just the perfect amount of difficulty for me personally, like things like that that you can't predict. And I think this was one of them. So if I played this a year from now, would it be the same? I don't think it would be drastically different, but I think there's something about just this like exact time right now. It was a good like semi mindless thing that I could just sort of escape into, which was nice.
It's very arcadey, very. Once you learn the mechanics, you get in. You could play a couple rounds, put it down, come back to it. I still like. I can imagine in my head how great this would be, like handheld.
Yeah,
yes.
Like it would make it so much better for me.
And it's really simple. The controls work with something like that too, like with that aspect where you need A and B, and you need. I mean, I use the D-pad on the Steam Deck. I'm not sure if Can you use the joystick? I don't even know if you can.
I don't
64.
think so.
Oh, okay.
I didn't try after I figured out you couldn't use the joystick in the menu. I'm like, oh, well, I can't use that.
Oh,
But I never
see.
tried in the middle of gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
But-
you can't. Which it doesn't. I feel like it makes sense that it's the D-pad.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm happy to have an N64 game that really uses it. You know, we get it every so often, but yeah, I think it speaks to the era. Like, just in general, like this, there's still like arcade style games like that are on the console, and I don't know, I actually appreciate those style games. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like N64 wasn't like the console for arcade gaming, I would say, but it at least had that style of game still.
Right.
So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. My experience with the D-pad is always going back to the wrestling games because they always required that.
Oh, yeah.
So that's anytime I have to use that as like the primary, it's just like, oh, now I just want to play No Mercy again. Like that's where I keep going. I had to.
Absolutely.
I wrote down. I found this. I was sort of looking up, like, why did they decide to go this way with Tetris? Like that's one of the first things I thought of, right? And we've talked about it a little bit, but one of the interesting things I found was there was like this, I guess you would call it a blog post, from what's the name here? Christopher. Oh shit, I lost it. I'm organized. Christopher Bretz, who was the graphic artist on the game.
Oh yes, he's on Blue Sky.
Is he?
He's a good
there we go. I
follow on Blue.
I gotta find him then. So this
guy, yeah.
So in this he says that the original development of this began in '95, and the whole thing was this was not going to be Tetris, and he related to it at all until Nintendo came in and said, well, Tetris basically saved us in a lot of ways, or like that's why Game Boy was so successful. The whole history of all that is pretty well known. And then they switched it over to this. That this is sort of, they made all the shapes more Tetris-like, whereas before it was going to be sort of moving blocks around on a sphere. Like that was the idea, was a similar type of thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it was called. For some reason, this is hard for me to say. Fear, but Phear. So like, just take away the
Sphere. Sphere.
Yeah. So and it was supposed to be some like
sick.
like so tubular, man, like so cool. It sounds like such a '90s type name to come
Fear
up
with a PH.
PH fear.
Yeah, like they always said fat with a PH.
Yeah, I'm not fat. I'm
Same
PH
thing.
fat. Yeah. And it was supposed to be a title for the Atari Jaguar. That's what it was originally developed for.
Yeah.
On the initial thing.
Interesting.
So yeah. Which I have zero experience with, but that's not something that flew off the shelves, so to speak. So this went in a completely different direction, different console and stuff. And what he said in this post was that he was mostly in charge of menus and the UI and sort of having sort of the layout that we see in it, where like the lives are there and where the blocks are on the left side and those types of things, and designing the colors and sort of the depth of the shapes and all that kind of stuff. And the main thing that he had to do was make everything lighter and quote unquote more accessible. So for whatever reason, what they had before was something a little bit like darker and maybe a little less easy to understand possibly, but early in development. So, and where's the last thing I said here? I saw here. And then what happened was this game was shown to the public at conventions and stuff like that, alongside probably one of the best games on the console, was side to side with Star Fox 64 in 96 and 97. So if this was something that wasn't on your radar at the time, it's kind of understandable.
Overshadowed.
Yeah, it's kind of. I saw a couple like old shots. I don't know if they were at E3 or if they were at one of the Japanese shows at the time, but it was like this big Star Fox logo and then some kid playing Tetris underneath it, and it's like, well,
Yeah. Well,
damn.
I had like back in the day, I remember seeing this game places, and I would be like, nah,
Yeah.
like I was not interested in it at all. But I do like that there's little googly-eyed robots. That's cool. I support googly-eyed robots.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a Nintendo note, I bet, right?
Yes,
like
it
make
was.
the robots cuter.
Yeah. So one of the other things
Give him eyes.
one of the other things this guy said, the Brett's guy said, was that that part of the lighter aspect of it is to create not mascots. I don't think that's the word that he used, but find a way to make these like small cutscenes to give it more personality, and that's one of the things they created. So there's like these there's like 6 different little sphere dudes that have different designs, and I don't know, is there like a story there? I don't know what's going on, but
like, they're playing
the
hide and seek.
Don't really make sense.
And the one thing that I thought was pretty good was that this sounded like a surprising number to me, but maybe it's just because this game was never really on my radar growing up. But it sold 430,000 copies. That's a lot. That's quite a bit for just like
when
this,
you said
puzzle Tetris game that was probably overshadowed by a lot of massive titles in 1997.
When you say that, though, I was thinking like we're moving chronologically, and one thing that comes up a lot was just at the time, like there weren't a lot of games coming out for the N64.
Right.
N64 does not have games. So like there probably was not a ton else coming out. Like we paired this with what game we paired it with Dark Rift, which was this really generic kind of cruddy fighting game.
That's a fighting game. Yeah.
There was not much else, like there were some big games around it, but I could see like this. I didn't do this, but this would be the perfect like.
Not much.
This is one of those like rental games to me, where it's like you can pick this up and bust through it in a weekend or something.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised it sold that much though. But
yeah, so when I look at
like Star Fox and Mario Kart,
yeah, so it's between March and let's say September, which is the sort of it came out in August of that year. March has Doom 64, has Hexen, which if you played Hexen on the PC before that, maybe that was something on your radar. Star Fox, Dark Rift, Tetrisphere, GoldenEye, and then Clay Fighter. So like I could see it being lost in the shuffle, but over 400,000 is not nothing. So until that period of time, you're right, there really was Mario Kart and Super Mario and Pilot Wings and Wave Race, but like everyone would have had those. So what else do you add to your list a year later? Like that's kind of it, right? This is basically almost exactly a year after it came out, at least in North America. So what else are you gonna play? Like it's gotta be something.
I feel like probably our age.
What else are you gonna play?
My guess is like our age people. It's like I don't know about you guys, but it would be like I get like a game on my birthday maybe and a game for Christmas, I didn't have a ton of N64 games, so I like obviously this might not be the first choice, but yeah, maybe if you're like someone like a little bit older with more like income and you're more active in buying new games, like I could see this would be an easy pickup, I think.
Yeah like I was it was 97 was GoldenEye, Star Fox, and Diddy Kong. Like that's what 97 was to me.
What else do you need?
I mean, and that's exactly to the point, right? Like, what else do you need? I think like that's pretty much what the console needed and was. So, I think this is. I think this whoever brought it up before, bringing this to NSO would be awesome. I think this is that's a really good place for it for a lot of reasons. It's always nice to have something that was like. It's still, again, regardless of whatever sales we're talking about here, I feel like it's still probably a relative unknown, a game like this. So having more people be able to play it is great. That's what it should be, I think. Expose it to more people and do something a little bit different. It's not just Tetris. That's not all you're getting here.
Fear.
It's fear.
It's fear.
Fear the blocks.
Yeah. Fear the Tetris.
NSO it would be good for it because people you could just try it. You know what I mean? Like just give it a shot.
Give it a shot, and maybe you'll be like me, and 2 hours later, like, oh shit, I gotta go to bed.
I don't know. My heart tells me we're gonna get this before we ever get Diddy Kong Racing. So,
oh my God.
or Donkey Kong 64.
Right?
Jesus, like I don't get it. I gave up on NSO personally a while ago. So
I was happy that Banjo-Tooie came to it, but I remember being so salty about Iggy's Wrecking Ball coming before Banjo-Tooie. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Priorities, people. Priorities.
What are you doing, Nintendo?
Oh, the last thing I wanted to sort of mention about this is it took me way too long to realize that like those little sphere guys are like different characters you can select in the menus.
Oh,
I had no idea. I was like, I'm just gonna play. I'm just gonna go. And is it just for versus? Because I just hit play and just went. I don't even know.
No, I think the different modes like you can play is different. You have like you can change your character or something. And they have like different stats, but it doesn't really. Didn't matter.
There are different stats. There's I think there's at least an unlockable character.
Oh,
I remember right.
I never did that.
Yeah.
News to me.
I go immediately go Tetrisphere cheats. see what they got. So there's a secret character.
It's okay. When I saw it, I saw it after the fact. Like I saw it after I sort of put it down the other day, and I went, "Oh, there's different speed and like power, and like power of what? Like what are you powering? I don't really get
the fear.
Like how hard they slam the fear. They slam them blocks harder.
I guess like you can move two at once. Like what do you? I don't know. What are you doing? That there's power. There must maybe there's more advantage to it in versus. I have no idea. Gooey McKenna, anything you want to add that we might have missed on the actual on the game itself, or just play the game?
I wanted to I do want to shout out the game was developed in Calgary, so shout out Calgary. H2O Entertainment. They did 2 other games for N64 we haven't covered yet, but one was the new Tetris, I believe, the other Tetris game, and then
yeah.
And then Aiden Chronicles, which I haven't played, but it's quite a different game.
That was that. Yeah. Oh, okay. I've heard of that, but I've never played that. Yeah. I know of it.
So shout out to them. And you mentioned the soundtrack. Neil Voss, I believe, is the composer.
Yes.
And I read that like he was inspired by like Prodigy and stuff like that. He even named one of the songs like in reference to them.
Prodigy. It's exactly what it sounds like.
So sick. And honestly, oh yeah, I have very strong feelings about it now because we like will sometimes drive around and like, well, we don't just drive around, but when we're driving around, we'll listen to soundtracks of games we're covering to just listen to them.
Yeah.
And we were doing that on around the time it was February last year and we were on a trip where we got engaged, and so now I sort of and we listened to this. It wasn't the only thing we listened to, but we listened to it quite a few times, and so now I associate it with that part of our life.
That's awesome. Tetris brings people together. Everybody. That's the moral.
Just want to have a rave about it, I guess. But no,
I love you. Let's have a rave.
Let's get in the Tetrisphere together. That's what I said. Yeah.
Is the ring a sphere, like with different colors on it? Like...
I wish I'd planned it out that much.
If only, right? You could do it again. It'd be fun.
I go into the game, I hack the game, and instead of the robot in the middle, it's the ring.
It's the ring.
Wow, that would be extra.
But is it a puzzle level? Does she have to get through multiple puzzles? Or
it's the last level too. You have to earn it.
You have to earn it.
No,
she just gives up. She's like, I'm done.
Did you really have to make me do this at 10 p.m.? Like, come on, really? No, you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
I'm just sitting there like intently watching. Like, come on.
Like, don't you?
No, you needed to slide. I'm like backseating.
Okay, what are you doing? No. Game over. It's like, well, I tried, I guess. maybe the next Tetris game.
Yeah, maybe Weltris.
Maybe when you get to Weltris.
Yeah. Tetris.
Yeah.
Or Tetris 2.
Tetris. Tetris 2, yeah.
Tetris 2.
I have nothing else really about the game. McKenna, do you have any final thoughts?
I I guess one thing I was thinking is like in comparison to Tetris, one thing I really like about this one is I feel like I have more agency in my success. Like there are strategies in Tetris, you can line things up, but a lot of times you just get the blocks you're given, and sometimes you get unlucky. Whereas here, I feel like I can really manipulate. I can move stuff around and drop stuff, and
there's usually somewhere
break through
nearby
to
place the block.
I feel like if I fail, it's my fault.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I guess like the scenario that you're in is kind of presented to you in a much different way. Like maybe you can't see everything because everything's stacked, obviously, in like a 3D plane. But you're right. The agency is a good way to put it. I think that's true, which is kind of like why I was saying a lot earlier. Like I liked that I had control over setting off 30 blocks at once. Like it felt good, and maybe that agency, like you said, is exactly the better word for it, because it's I don't know. It's great. It's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Even when you're setting up, like when we were playing versus, like you can be like, oh, we only want like 2 types of blocks to show up, or you can say like, let's get all the blocks. So
right.
It also just has a nice like sort of, you can make your own sort of difficulty curve to the game and stuff too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a pretty accepting game in that way, I think. Like even single player, like you can start out with the early levels and kind of stick with that, or just sort of mess around with different things. I think it's got a pretty good difficulty curve as well. Like I think later on, as with a lot of puzzle games and stuff, things ramp up and you have to do better combinations and all those types of things. But like, I didn't really feel overwhelmed until I got much later. And that's fine, because that's what I was signing up for the more I played, right? And that's so I think that's helpful. And like you just said, McKenna, like the difference between that and regular Tetris, like I feel anxiety right away when I play Tetris. I don't have any in between. I'm just like, I know I'm gonna fuck this up. Like, how quick is it gonna happen? You know, that's pretty much it.
How quick is it gonna happen?
I swear, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know. I feel like I'm okay at puzzle games until I play the classic puzzle game, and it just beats me up. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know. Jiggy, what?
Part of it might be.
No, go ahead.
Sorry. Tetris, like the end game is like it's trying to kill you the whole time, and it will eventually, unless even the best players in the world who do the playing with the controller upside down,
roll it
like they're gonna die eventually in the game.
Is there like one person that like
survive,
quote unquote beat Tetris like sometime in the last like
it was like a kid.
Yeah.
It was like a
13-year-old
kid or something, and that was
wild.
wild.
Control
that was a wild story.
Yeah, that
was like, recently. Like that was like within the last couple of years.
Oh yeah, even
that was around the time we were covering this, I think.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Yeah. It was popping off then. Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
but that's like the only small group of people are gonna ever do that.
Yeah,
here you get the satisfaction of like, oh, I beat it.
Yeah, I was like, that's why I like Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, because I can fight back, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
that's perfect.
This is a game that, you know, if there was renting sort of available right now, this is great for that. I should look up sort of what the actual cartridge goes for, but you know,
it wasn't too bad, I don't think. Yeah,
I want to say it was like around 30.
Yeah, so pretty average.
It was a pretty average price.
Yeah, let's see if I look it up just randomly.
I say you can try it out on the using a different method that I don't.
Yeah, definitely as all the legal methods would make it very easy to play it on the go, like I did. So you do that.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely do that.
But if you like it, I would, you want to play it on the N64. I think this is a cool game to have in your collection. You can be like how we get to be like, oh, try this out, like because most people you get to show it to like probably haven't played it, and they'll get something out of it.
I think so. Yeah, like if you okay, so it goes for about, I'm seeing a range from 22 Canadian, at least 22 to 55, depending on wherever that eBay list is going at the moment. So, yeah, that's and you're right. It's sort of like, yeah, it's Tetris, but it's still a unique title. So if you have it in your collection, it's kind of a different thing to have. It's not the typical games like I have on the shelf behind me or anything like that. Like it's something different, which is fun. I really liked it. I think people should check it out, regardless of what method. I think it's worth it, and I think you'll get a lot out of it, even just playing it solo. I wish I had some experience playing it versus like against someone, but hey, maybe one day I'll have the cartridge and I'll be able to, like, you know, actually play it with someone and stuff, because it's good. It's a solid time. Jiggy, I assume are you gonna go back in and try the reticle thing that you could?
Yeah, absolutely. I am. I think I'm gonna go back and play it a little bit more, just to experience it a little bit more and kind of dive in, get a good feel for it, because I could see myself playing this a lot more. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm like, I do think, I'm gonna say it again, I do think in handheld this is something that I would like really play a lot. Like if this was on my Switch, I would totally be playing this constantly. Just pick it up and just pop in, play a few rounds, pop out. Like I could really see that being a lot of fun.
Yeah, when you're playing like the earlier stages, you could definitely just like sit in bed and play it. You know, like it would actually it's very easy to get to, 15 minutes you play it, you get a couple things done, you feel accomplished, and you're like, okay, that was a good way to sort of end the day and brush things off, and that's it. And that's sometimes hard to find with some games, at least, especially games nowadays. But like this is one of those games you could definitely do that with.
Maybe we could get a Tetris Forever DLC.
Oh,
they throw this in there.
Maybe that's the only way it's going to happen. Yeah, maybe that's like the
Who do we
way
gotta
for it
talk
to
to?
happen. Yeah, we'll just pick up like I say on one of the other podcasts I do. You just pick up and instead of talking to Mr. Hollywood, like we say, just pick up and talk to Mr. Video Game. They'll make it happen. I got the line. I got the red landline right here, just like the Batman phone. It's ready to go. We'll make it happen. Okay, Tetrisphere. Check it out, everybody. Definitely a fun and different puzzle game. Even if you're really bad at Tetris, the originals, like I am, you'll get something out of this. So give it a shot. Flashback 64. Where can everybody find it, guys?
We're on Blue Sky, Flashback 64, and then we're in all your podcast feeds and stuff. And we put our shows up on YouTube as well. Just Flashback 64. And we also on YouTube, we have some archives of like streams we do. We stream like every Monday, typically with our friends. Big feature of NSO we like is actually the ability to like play online and like pass the controller around. So we'll stream.
Mm-hmm.
We've streamed like N64 games with our friends, and we take turns and stuff. And it's got a real like old school pass the controller feel, but virtual. So we stream on Twitch. I think on there though we're Flashback 64 Pod, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
Gotcha.
check that out.
Nice. Nice. Jiggy, keeping busy?
Oh yeah, I'm keeping busy. We
always.
talked Majora's Mask at the beginning of this episode, and I just dropped a Mysteries of Majora's Mask video on my channel. So yeah, and I've been playing through Wind Waker every Friday. So I think this Friday's going to be the last Wind Waker stream, and then I'm done with Zelda for a while. I'm just gonna I doubled up. Now let's move on.
And you've been sort of doing a couple PlayStation games and stuff, or like at least sort of dipping your toe in that pond.
Oh yeah, I recently bought a PS1. I got like every single Crash Bandicoot game. I just ordered. I'm really excited. I just ordered Symphony of the Night.
Oh man, yeah.
So I'm looking forward to playing through that one. I'm gonna do some stuff on that, and the original Resident Evil as well. I'm kind of like, I don't know why I'm in this like horror game kind of mood. I also just picked up on Steam Silent Hill 2, the remake, and I'm just like, man, I'm just so like in this mood. I want to play scary games, and it's it's March. I don't know. Let's do it.
Scary games for scary times, I feel like.
Exactly. There you go.
Maybe those games are scary, or well, maybe those games are less scary than reality right now. So maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's actually not a bad way to go through it. Yeah, I should do that. Tetris. Let's go kill some zombies or something. Yeah. As I mentioned off the top, you can catch the show and support us on Patreon, patreon.com/remember64show as well. That is the same handle you can find on social media, mostly just Blue Sky and Instagram. Of course, subscribe and all those fun dealios on your podcast app and on YouTube. And tell your friends about us and Flashback 64. Why not? Get more 64 in your life, more gaming in your life. Let's do it. Until next time, everybody, pick up a puzzle game, play some Tetris, and play some 64. We will talk to you soon. Goodbye.